I think that today we'll talk about freelancing, and we have here Kyle Prinsloo. Have I pronounced it well? I don't know,
Perfect.
but yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, he's from South Africa, as I said, like Elon Musk. Yeah, and he's one of the best people to talk with about this kind of topic. So let's get started. It's a pleasure to have you here, my friend. How are you?
Well, thank you so much, Francesco. It's been awesome catching up to you in the pre video phase where this is the first time we're actually discussing in person, so it's really
Yeah.
been awesome. So yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. I also love this kind of things because it gives me the opportunity to talk with people in a different way. It's a different way of communications. Sometimes we chat a little bit too much. Yeah, which is not bad, but yeah, also it's different. Yeah.
Mm. And
So
also, your challenge that you're doing, it's
yeah,
something like one video a day for 100 days.
I went crazy. Yeah, yesterday I lost my mind, but I had so good feedbacks about that. People start following me, some big accounts. I got yeah, also from you. Thank you. Also, you retweet this because I think that it's something good that we should try
Mm,
challenges, try something.
mm,
Yeah. So
mm. And
let's see.
it's great because on the one end you are speaking to so many different people with different backgrounds, in different fields, different industries, different ages, environments. Everything is different, and you can also learn from them. To improve personally as well as
Yes.
people listening as well could perhaps also learn a few things as well. So it's really awesome. So I'm very much behind you and supportive of what you're doing.
Thank
So
you so
yeah, all the
much.
best.
And soon you will be a part of this. So welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome to the
yeah,
series. I think that you will
that's
enjoy.
awesome.
I think that you will enjoy this episode of yourself. I get like the comments of the same people. Oh, your guest has
Yeah.
been great, like I've been over some days ago. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I'll just make sure that I pay people to say that, so it's fine.
yeah, that's great.
I'll
Yeah,
just ask friends to do
of
it.
course. Yes. Yes, and how I like to get started is with your story, so you can tell whatever you want, especially based on development. So, how do you become a developer? On which topic we are focused more, and then we'll move on, and then we'll talk, about what.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so where do I start? I start with I left school early. So in my final year, I didn't complete my school. I wanted to go into business, and I had a business idea. It was a website where it was. I still remember the name. It was called Training Spectrum. It's not live now, and what it was it was listing personal trainers on the website, like how to get fit, let's say. So it's fitness, nutrition, as well as local sports teams or sports talent, individuals, certain interviews with them, and it was all in one website. And it was doing fairly well in school. When I say fairly well, I'm talking from like a student, mindset. Like small amounts, but still it was doing quite well. And it was received well. And then also I was just completely over school. I just couldn't see the point in it. I wanted to go into business. And eventually I spoke to my mom. She allowed me to leave school. I'm so grateful for that. And then I left. The business didn't work out, but I learned a lot from it. And it was a challenging time thereafter. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was really a challenging time. I eventually got a job through a friend in accounting. I didn't know accounting too well. I was actually at the bottom of my class in accounting. And then eventually, after learning a bit more about business, tax, and all of these, things with accounting, I managed to work my way up there, and I was there for about a year or so. And then thereafter, I worked in RT with another friend, and I just did some random work, some random jobs. So I did network installations. I would hold the ladder, on the installations that they were doing, CCTV cameras, all of those, software installations, security, um, yeah, anything tech or IT related. And I was there for a while. And I learned a lot as well. I was grateful for it. The salaries were incredibly low. And it was during that time when I thought, wow, I mean, what am I going to do, with what I want to do? I know I want to be in business, but I don't have, the finances or the connections or anything like that. And that led me to think, okay, let me study further. So I studied a short course on digital marketing, online marketing, internet marketing. And I found that fascinating. So this was about I think it was 6 months. It was 6 months. And what I used to do is I used to work in the IT business. And then at night, after I finished with work, I used to walk to the campus, the college campus, and study there at night. And then I would come back home. And yeah, it was a very interesting time. I really learned a lot. And then eventually through one of my lecturers there, he introduced me to one of his friends who owned quite a different online businesses, quite a lot of them around South Africa, where I currently live. And thankfully, I got the interview, I got the job, and then I started there as a digital marketing administrator. So I just used to do their website updates or help with some marketing. And then eventually I worked my way up to the marketing manager. And I really, really learned a lot there. I learned a lot about e-commerce. I learned a lot about how to sell products. I went with my boss to China to source the product directly. Many different complex things about business. And I enjoyed it. Long story short was the salary was still not good enough, okay? And my wife came, she's from India. She came to live with me here in South Africa. And
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Half people from India, yeah, but I didn't know
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
one thing of this video course
Yeah, go ahead.
that I like the most is that I know something new about all my friends that I know on Twitter. So that's good.
I'll show you some pictures of us and all that.
Yeah, I love to see that. Yeah. So
and yeah, so it was challenging financially. So although I loved my job, for both of us, she couldn't legally work in South Africa. She could just come and stay with me. Okay. So the finances were really tight. We were staying in a small place. Our debt was getting much bigger. We weren't spenders. It just happened that our expenses were just a lot more than our income. And that led me to question, okay, I need another income. I need to do something business related. I'm interested in it. Okay. So my wife actually suggested to me, why don't you study coding on Udemy? And I was like,
so you must you must thank your wife for this.
I thank her all the time. And to me, coding was such a weird language. It was something like, it was just weird. I couldn't understand it on how people did it. So I just left it. And then eventually I explored it and I was thinking, wow, I actually know a lot about marketing. I know it fairly well. And now if I had to combine that with website development knowledge, that's a great ecosystem. It's a great package, let's say, to offer clients, because now you offer them the once-off package or improvement on a new website or to improve their existing website. But now you can offer them a monthly package to get, recurring income to manage the marketing to help them get better results. So that led me to study on Udemy. And this was about 2015, around mid 2015 or so.
I was there. I was there in the same year. We haven't met yet, but yeah, I was on Udemy 5 years ago.
Wow.
We started in the same time. Let's say. Yeah.
Which course did you take on Udemy?
I took some JavaScript courses from Maximilian Schwarzmuller.
Yes.
Let's promote him a little bit. Even it's not a promotion, paid promotion. I love these courses for example.
And also Rob Percival. That was actually my first course that I took. It was the most popular course on Udemy at the time.
I think that I've done that also.
Is it? Wow, wow.
Yeah. But
yeah, and also Colt Steele. He's really a good instructor as well. Needed to say, obviously, Brad Traversy. Yeah, so I learned that, and I was learning at night. I was studying at night. So I mean, the memories are incredible. I mean, we just had like a small open cottage where we stayed with a bed, and I had my small desk, and my wife would be sleeping at night. I would be like studying, like right next to her, and it was incredible memories. And before I knew it, I wanted to get clients now. Now I had the knowledge. Now I had the skill set, right? So now I needed to, make some money.
And let me say that you deserve this, because you studied kind of a lot. So from just what you said, and I think it's way more. So you gave us the short story, I think. Yes. But but I think there's much more. I can already feel how much effort you put in this. I already feel this. Even if you are in camera and you have talked like only 5 minutes, I really feel that, you started from a totally different environment. So you started different things. And then it seems that you found your path in the end.
Yes, for sure.
An interesting story.
And what I did thereafter was, around the same time, I thought to myself, okay, how can I document my journey? Because my thinking back then, and it still is today, is it's easy to make money, right? It's very easy to make money, but I wanted like a deeper meaning or like a deeper purpose behind making, income. And I thought, okay, let me also share my journey about, me studying web development and just sharing some tips that I may have. Hence why I got the name studywebdevelopment.com, because I was still studying at the same time, So I sort of documented my journey, and as well as having some resources on the website, like some courses that I recommend, and I started blogging, and it was such an interesting, awesome time, because from there I soon after got a client, and I got my first client, or one of my first clients, on a Fiverr. It's like the Upwork equivalent, but almost like the cheaper version. And I don't know if you want me to go a little bit more in detail about how.
I like this part of the story. Yeah. Sure. If you want.
Okay. Sure. So what I did was on Fiverr, I knew that it was an incredibly saturated marketplace, right? I mean, let's just agree with that. We have to. So now it's like, how can I differentiate myself from the thousands of other developers offering their services? So I thought, okay, let me create a $5 website analysis proposal. So the client would purchase this $5 service product, and they would add in their website, and then I would then go through their website and I would critique it. I would give some feedback on how they can improve their website to get more clients or to generate more sales. So that would be a 2 to 3 page PDF, but what's very important is that I really over-delivered. It was really, I put a lot of effort into it so that they got more than the $5, value, let's say. And then what I would do is, if they were happy with the report, then I would say, okay, fine. I would upsell them to a $100 wireframe. So I would say, here's the 2 to 3 page report. Let me give you a wireframe to visually design what I suggested on, and then you can just create it yourself, okay? So then I would do the $100 wireframe, which is here now. Then if they were happy with the wireframe, I would say, okay, fine. Now you've got the design, let me make it a reality. Let me implement this design for you. Then it's going to be $1,000 for this website, for me to code it, to create it for you. After the $1,000 website was created, I would upsell them, okay, now you've got the website, but now how are you going to get clients? How are they going to know about you? How are they going to buy from you? then I'm going to offer you marketing services or retainer marketing services. So that's sort of the thinking behind starting small and upselling them, also gaining more experience and improving my skill set. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's very interesting for me because I'm more into just development, full-time jobs. So yeah, I like this idea of give the client what he wants at which level he wants, because sometimes also I think that the client doesn't really know what still needs in the beginning. Maybe he has some idea, but it's a bit lost. Yeah, do you agree on
Yeah,
this?
you're right, because or let me also backtrack, right? Because when I first tried to sell websites or to sell my services, I would pick up the phone and try and phone some clients, and I would completely choke, like, and I would have to put out on the phone.
Like Eminem. So it's good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was really so nervous. I was so nervous, and I was almost frustrated with myself. And I was thinking, no, I mean, I just can't do it. I can't make it work. But I realized that I need to step out of my comfort zone. It's the only way I could make this work. It is the only way I could make it work. So I had to push myself, and through that pushing myself, I had to realize, like, I have to start being more confident in how I approach clients or my suggestions to them. Because as you said, sometimes the client sort of doesn't know really what they want, right? And that's where you need to take initiative to offer them more services, to upsell them. But that initial step of taking the initiative of upselling them, that requires at least some form of confidence, or be willing to try it even if you get the no. So there's a whole nother element there of, like, actually trying to take action on getting these clients.
Yeah, and I also read about this in your bundle. Yeah, this idea to maybe send another mail and then maybe try another call sometimes can really make the difference. I think that yeah, sometimes we just
100%.
stop at the first no, or maybe or maybe the client does not reply, but maybe he's not really interested. Maybe he has not seen the email. I don't know. Some things could happen. So yeah, also by by showing that you are interested into that, you can eventually get a yes in the.
Yeah, exactly. And Johannes, he's my business partner, and he always says, he's like, every no brings you closer to a yes, and not only that, but I find that a lot of people, when they're reaching out to clients, which we can actually talk as well, if you want to, in some depth, about some tips on how to get clients, is a lot of people don't follow up. They initially just send the one message or send the one email or do the one call, and that's it. But many times business owners are busy. They've got other things that they're worried about, many different departments that they're handling. So just follow up. And it's amazing that sometimes in the follow-up, that's really when you get the client.
Yeah. For example, and also for example, to make this video call, I sent you, I think, like 2 or 3 messages because so it also worked for me. So thanks for that tip, because I used it against for you. So it worked. So it worked. And now you're here. So you see, yeah. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. But okay, but
and maybe if I can just also wrap up sort of my starting point a little bit more, is after that, eventually I was, thankfully, and I'm so grateful that I was able to match my salary, even earn a little bit more on the side, freelancing. So what happened was, I still worked at my full-time job. I was there for about 3 years or 3.5 years in total. And for about a year of that period, I was actually doing very well on the side. So that led me to eventually make the decision to say, okay, I've sort of been wise in saving a bit. I've been wise in, diversifying, trying to grow, study web development, or not necessarily study web development actually, but more getting more clients. And then eventually I left. So then I left my full-time job, and this was, I think it was, I'm bad at remembering, but I think I've been freelancing now for about 4 years, full-time now, maybe a bit more, around 4 years. Yeah, I think 2016 I left, around there.
Let me make you a question. Maybe I know the answer. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you happy with that decision?
So the answer is yes, very, very happy.
Right.
If you had to ask me, what is my regret? And again, this is personally, my regret is not leaving school soon.
Yeah.
That is my regret, not leaving school sooner, because I knew I would have, been in a little bit more of an interesting situation. And I found those situations, the hardship and the struggles, that's often when your character is formed, your perceptions on things. And for me personally, the difficult times really helped mold and shape actually a lot of my beliefs and skill sets today.
Let me let me tell you one thing. I think that when you have the regret that you maybe you wanted to get started before, maybe you are in the right path, because if you say, maybe I should started before, but now we are in the right way, I think. So I think this could also be a good sign, because also for me, I was like in the sports world for like 20 years. I was quite happy with that. But then, if I had done coding since I was 15, it would be, I think, I don't know where I'll be now. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I think it's a good, let's call it a good regret that we should, because I think also the mindset that we would like also to be the best, so to have more time, to start earlier. But I think it's not a problem. I think you are doing very good. So yeah. So in this case, it's just you just say this. Yeah, we should, but I don't think we are leaving you regret. Is that it's just that we are saying we could. I would have been. I'd like to be a little bit younger, but that's it. It's our story. Our story is different, and that's it. So thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. Your story is really amazing. I like to hear them.
Awesome. Thank you.
Also, you studied so many different things. So I think that in your case it worked, because for sometimes, for example, one person should focus on one thing. In your case, I think that to be an expert in a lot of topics before getting to coding, which can be a quite hard mental activity, I think it helped you a lot. Because maybe coding is so good that when you start coding, and this world is so big that you can really get lost. Instead, the other way, you understood the environment before with coding. That maybe now it's easier to learn than 20, 30 years ago. So
for sure. No, I mean, great point. I mean, in terms of looking back, I think it's important, just on a practical note, for people actually that I speak to. A lot of people procrastinate just way too much, to get started, and they realize, I should have done it a bit sooner. I mean, generally speaking, the best time to do it is like right now, the sooner you get started. But in terms of what you've said about, knowing a lot of different things, I think yes, I do agree with that. I found that it works in a lot of areas. So for example, let's say you were deciding to niche down your services. Often what's best is to be a generalist, to like sort of work with different types of clients, different fields, and sort of see what you like. Same thing when you learn, let's say front end, right? So front end development, you might enjoy, wow, I actually enjoy React a lot more than CSS or something. I don't know. Or when it comes to back end, you might enjoy so many different other languages in backend, or maybe you enjoy SQL or whatever. But, you know, I mean, sometimes it's good to start off with a lot of the general things, and then as you go, you sort of niche down a little bit further depending on what you enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with that. That yeah, that you can start by looking around to see things and then niche down. I really like the expression niche down. That you niche when you want to focus on one thing. In that case, it's really the case too. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
So,
and niching down, or niche, if you're in the US, it's quite an interesting one, because I think what always stuck with me is a guy named Pat Flynn. He's got a very good website. It's called Smart Passive Income. And he teaches people about how to create side incomes, but on a generalist scale, like particularly with internet marketing. And he's such a really cool guy. I mean, his knowledge is incredible. And he says this, he says, the riches are in the niches. And it's so true. It's so true, you know.
yeah, that's correct. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So yes, also if you find your niche, so not just a niche because it's the best one, it's the one that can gives you more money, but you just do it because you are passionate about that. I think that passion plus niche is a good is a very, very, very strong combination when you combine
Yeah.
true passion with niche. Is the
Yeah, I think when it comes to deciding on a niche, or maybe we could actually talk about it like a niche and niching down, is, again, I say, to start, it might be good to start off as a generalist, you know, work with any types of clients and then sort of decide from there. But eventually you're going to have to say, okay, I think I would like to niche down, and we can go into the overview shortly, but like the pros and cons of doing either or. But when it comes to deciding on a niche, a lot of people can either make a decision based on opportunity. So let's say they see there's a lot of money to be made. That could be an opportunity one. Maybe it could be something they really, really enjoy, as you say, the passion. But ideally, it should be both. Ideally, that's better.
I'm talking about the best one, of course. Yeah, of course, also
exactly.
knowing. Yeah, I think it's also important, of course, to understand what people want. Of course, if you're selling the wrong things in the wrong place, if you're selling the ice in the pool, you be quite good to sell that.
That's true.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible, but it's hard. So yeah, it's a combination. It's a combination of things. Like I think you are a combination of good things that together works pretty well. So I think it's a I think.
I think when it comes to niching down, a lot of people don't really understand why they should, or the benefits of doing so. And when it comes to freelancing, okay, there's many different areas, but I mean, even essentially in the product industry, if you look at any type of products that are being sold, if you look at Apple versus Samsung versus, you know, many of the different other ones, Xiaomi, HTC, Huawei, many of them, they all actually, although they're in one big marketplace, a lot of them only work on different segments, you know, of the market, and that's their niche. So we see it in the product side in almost every type of product out there, whether it's expensive or cheap, or the materials being used, whatever. But when it comes to the freelancing web design marketing side, you've got some great examples. You've got plumberseo.net, which this agency focuses on helping plumbers with their web design and marketing. Smilemarketing.com, they focus on dentists. Paperstreet.com, they focus on lawyers. Outerbox.com, they focus on e-commerce websites. And there's so many of them. Bazango.net or .com, they focus on authors. Then you've got other niches like digital course creators, or maybe you want to niche down to say the platform, let's say WordPress or Webflow or Squarespace, you know. I mean, there's so many avenues you can go, but the why behind it, generally speaking, I like viewing it almost like an analogy like this. So the generalist market is like going fishing in the ocean, and you'll catch any type of fish or a shark or a whale, whatever. But in a niche industry, you'll be going fishing in a lake, and you can then, you know, it's a bit smaller, but you've got a lot more control in it, and you might even fish for specific fish, you know, even if you want to go a bit further.
I love this analogy.
Yeah. So why is it important? And again, the generalist industry, there's a lot of people in freelancers and agencies who do incredibly well, right? Granted. But if we look at the niche industry, it's incredibly beneficial for your marketing, for clients coming to you. And I mean, you can tailor your pricing accordingly. Let's say you, for example, focus on chiropractors, right? You can then tailor your marketing on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever it is, purely to chiropractors. And that helps you save money as well to get a best return on your investment. If you are helping a generalist market, you know, this every type of small business out there, the market is so saturated and everyone is in that market. You are no different, technically speaking, from, you know, like a 9 or 10-year-old girl or guy or wherever around the world, you know, who offers web design services. You know, everyone can essentially do that, you know. So personally speaking, my preference and suggestion is always niche down. It's more beneficial in the long term, and it helps you be perceived as an expert more so than a generalist.
Yeah, and I think that this also, now I'm thinking about this, also you can, I don't know if you can confirm this, also this kind of videos, it's like what you are saying. So I've chosen one kind of, I'm not just talking to the random people around the world. I've chosen a group of people which I already know, and I want to talk with them. We are all developers. We can talk about one specific topics. We can use a technical language, which is not always that kind of familiar to anyone. We can talk about framework, JavaScript, other things, CSS, CSS art. So I think that also maybe it's one of the reasons why there are a lot of people that like this kind of videos, because I've chosen one specific audience, the developers. We are talking with the developers. I am a developer, I'm not a journalist. So we are all developers here. We talk about development, our stories, because we are humans also. Stories, we don't just code. Also, in your case, let's say that you are not a pure coder. You have so many things, but yeah, I'm happy to have you here in our family of coders. Yeah, so
thank you.
Yeah, so I think that I don't know if I'm applying. I don't know if I've started also this kind of videos because of your course, because this idea to choose one topic. So I don't know that, but yeah, maybe yeah, I'm applying what you are saying now in this moment. Yeah, so
yeah, and I mean, I find it quite interesting, right? When people go the generalist route and they say they're not niching down, you know, like they're not deciding on a niche, but eventually you find very good freelancers in the industry for about 5 to 10 years in the generalist, just type of work with any type of client. Technically, if you go down a bit deeper, you'll see the type of clients they actually work with are not small businesses. They are more like medium-sized to big businesses who've got the budget. And essentially, they've also niched down in the generalist, you know, market, if you really think about it. So I find that quite interesting. Just a side note.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't know how much time we have
No, no,
left.
don't worry, don't worry, because your story, I think that, yeah, now we talk a little
Yeah.
bit about the socials, but I really wanted
Okay.
to hear
Yeah.
about this story. What do you think
Cool.
about? Because it can be really, really interesting to someone.
Mm,
Yeah, I think your story is also different because I've interviewed a lot of just pure coders, developers. In your case, yeah, your story is special in a way. So thank you for this, for being part of this. Yeah, and so if you want to talk a little bit about how do you use socials, because I know that you use socials, and let's say quite a lot. I don't know how much, but yeah. So what's your experience with them? Which one you use more, so we can also follow you? Yeah. So
Yeah. Thank you. Do you want me to talk about like suggestions that I have for freelancers, or just me personally?
your experience with socials.
Okay.
Which are
Sure.
your
Sure.
experience? And
Okay.
of course, which are from whatever
Yeah.
you can start with.
Sure. So personally, I haven't been always very good at videos. So I would have, during probably about, I only started doing video interviews or starting to do a lot more videos fairly recently, because I realized I have to, step out of my comfort zone and just do it.
That's great.
um, so hence why the YouTube has also been a little bit of a delay, if you view our YouTube channel. But we are starting on improving that. Then in terms of Instagram, I'm on Instagram. I post a few things there, and sometimes a little bit more personal, pictures or some stories there every now and then, just to also be, share a little bit more, about my personal sort of side. And then Twitter, I've been enjoying Twitter a lot. I mean, that's how I met you.
Yeah, because basically I used the only Twitter before. I think that before August I just used the Twitter, and before January I didn't use any socials in any way. Maybe I
Wow,
missed a few things.
wow,
Yeah. I started just
wow,
in February, I think. So yeah, it's been.
wow, really
Yeah, you didn't know that. Yeah, I'm not that
interesting.
kind of social. Maybe I could look like I am like
Yeah,
say a little bit social, but basically it's
wow,
because of
wow,
lockdown. Basically that's the reason. So
wow,
that's
wow. It's in a way, it's almost as sad as it is, but it's almost like a blessing in disguise that you
yeah,
joined.
yes, yeah. So
That's
I don't
cool.
I don't really know, but yeah, I found a really great community in Twitter. I regret
Yeah, for
to not join that before, of course, as I said before.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but finally I found that I found so many people. So
And but you also on Instagram and YouTube as well.
okay, I had like an Instagram account since some years, and before August I had 10 followers, I think, before August. Then I started using that. I enjoyed that. So I'm also there again. In the last days, I posted a lot about this kind of videos because I'm making a lot, but maybe now I'll try to different a little bit. But yeah, let's say. And I love your Instagram account. I'm so jealous when you post that kind of photos. Yeah, I'm really jealous when I am in this room coding and I see your post. But yeah, you're really a great person to follow there because
Thank you. Yeah, and to be honest with you, with Instagram, because I'm actually in two minds about sharing some of the stuff that I share there, because I know that 3 or 4 years ago, when I saw people posting certain things, I got the wrong impression from that person, and my heart behind it, or my thinking behind it is, I want to inspire people, but I don't want them to be envious, let's say,
yeah.
or like think wrong,
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I know what you mean. I'm saying this in a good way, in a funny way,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that you can inspire. I've seen one good picture. I don't know if I find that I'll try to put this in this video, like before and after. Your setup before and
yes,
after. I loved it.
yeah,
I loved that one because
Yeah. Because
I
I mean, sorry,
no,
go ahead.
no, no, no. I'm not that good at making these sort of things. So, yeah, I think that everything can be interpreted in many ways, in a different
Mm,
way, in a bad way, in a good way. I think
mm,
yeah, also in your case, I think that maybe someone could think maybe with that post with the like after before, maybe
mm,
someone could think that you are just bragging yourself and say, "Oh, so look
mm,
how good I am." But me, I'm
mm,
also doing this kind of videos to show who we are. That we are just saying that we are doing this to try to help people, which are
mm,
maybe in the process of being better. So say, if that person which is not that good, I'm talking about me, not you in this case. Yeah, maybe I also have a chance to do that. I'm doing this kind of videos, and I'm really not good at doing this kind of videos, but I do them anyway because
mm,
I maybe they could help someone to get started, to try something. Even if that Italian guy with that bad accent can do that, I can also do that. I'm doing yes, also for them, also for me. But yeah,
mm,
you
100%.
don't have to be perfect.
Mm.
If you still wait for perfection, you get very old. Yeah, and that's not the way to go. Yeah, that's
True,
it. So
true.
yeah, and I wish you really the best for your YouTube channel. I'm looking forward for that. So
No, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of work actually. I realize it actually takes quite a
me too,
while.
me too, me too. I think
I don't know how you do it.
me neither. But yeah, sometimes yeah, sometimes you send me messages like, "How do I do that?" I don't really know. Maybe I sleep less hours. I don't know. Yeah, but there is so much work behind, and I
Mhm.
yeah, and I was one of the person who says, maybe making videos is not that hard. You can just do them, but there is a lot of work
Mm.
behind to get
Yeah,
even to
exactly.
get to a mid level. I'm not saying best level. I still watch some videos and they say, "Oh, how to have that perfect lighting, that perfect sound." I'm still in that maybe just middle low. Let's say middle low, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I'm trying light. I'm changing lights in every video. So sorry for that,
Wow.
please. But yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm trying. Basically, I'm experiments. I'm doing experiments continuously. Yeah. So
Mm.
and
Wow.
also
Yeah, and that's awesome. I mean, that's the approach to go, you know.
yeah,
You
and
take action
yeah,
and then
and
you improve from there.
yeah, and it's working. People don't come to this kind of videos to see the perfect lights. They come here to hear your story, to yeah, to make us interact, make some questions. Then that's it. Then I hope slowly to get better at this. I'm watching my old videos to see. Oh, in these videos I had a so bad lighting. Let's change that. Yeah, I'm this kind of person because yeah, and for example, the first videos I didn't even edit them. I just cut with
Mm.
an online tool, just the end, the begin, and the that's it. I know I'm using an editor, and now
Mm.
I think for the last 3 or 4, I'm starting by editing them, so changing the audio a little bit, changing the light, but just the little things.
Wow.
I don't know if I can make you way better than already you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
not
no.
photoshopping, not the fake, but no, just just a little bit because it also depends on your audience. I don't think there is a reason to make a perfect video if 10 people watch
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
by
Exactly.
chance. Now that
Yeah.
I'm getting a little more traction, hundreds
Mm.
of people, let's say, of course, for them, I'm editing a
Mm.
little bit more. I don't know if this can be useful also for you if you're
Mm.
getting started. So in the end, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm also one of that person that they want to do the best, but
Mm.
sometimes you need to you need to stop because otherwise you lose time.
Exactly.
And sometimes yeah, it's like for software. Sometimes it's better to deliver, have feedback, and then try another thing.
Mm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean the principle of trying to make everything perfect, that actually encourages procrastination if you think about it. You know, because you just don't start or you just don't finish it. because it's never essentially done. Anything is never perfect in that sense. Although depending on what type of coder you are, some coders write the perfect code. So yeah,
I really I love this. Yes. Yeah. So
yes,
yeah. So we can say that perfect perfectionists they are. Yeah, maybe they are the procrastinators in real time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And well, I must say, I mean, your videos are really doing very well now, and I
No,
mean,
yeah.
it looks very professional.
Oh,
Your
really?
video, so I'm learning from you.
You can, yeah, you can watch whatever you want. I can say you whatever you want because I'm just but basically I'm turning them around my chair, and
Mm,
because usually I code in that the sense that I
mm,
have another table here, and then
mm,
it's like the robots. I don't know if you know the cartoons of the 90s
yeah.
that you can I can just turn the table, and I do this kind of videos, and then just turn again over there, and I code. I love this kind of turning my chair to make this kind of videos and then turn back again. Because sometimes, for example, for the first videos, I prepared like all the setup. I also posted some crazy photos with all the lights on the kitchen table. Then I moved all the lights uh, uh, um, away. But then again, so I also think that I'm also trying to create a semi-stable setup. So when I have an idea for a video, I just make the idea. I don't have to lose time to set up things. I don't know if you already have one place when you record, but for example, for me, I don't really have a perfect angle to do that. So for the first videos, also the Docker ones, I had to put a lot of effort, just like moving things, putting lights, putting microphones, then record it, then move the other things away. Then so yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bit time consuming. So now I'm getting this thing. It's quite easier for me. So I don't know if this can help you because sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
we should have a same stable setup. So okay, you
Yeah.
just put one or two likes. There's no running with that. But sometimes for me, it was just I lose a lot of time in the beginning. So yeah, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciate that tip, and that's something I've been going through now to realize, like, wow, there's actually a lot of setup that actually needs to be done.
yeah,
And I mean, if you look at Adrian's YouTube channel,
I
Adrian 12, or, yeah,
yeah, but I
it's incredible.
I was about to talk to you about Adrian right now. So maybe you read
Yeah,
in my mind.
yeah,
Please watch the first video because I don't know if you watched that, but the first video is with Adrian, and it's crazy because it was like we have done this. We didn't. It wasn't even planned. We had this video call, and you see he's talking in the perfect way, perfect light. It's like being in one of his videos, and I was just with, in my kitchen without any lights, something like that. It's so cringe. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, my girlfriend said, "Oh, he looks so good. You look so bad." So it was really at the bottom of my confidence after that. Yeah, and that's why the second video I had to. I needed 4 days to do the second one because I said that in the video. For 4 days, I said, okay, now I need at least a quite bit better setup. Otherwise, I don't do them. So I took some time. I don't know if I've improved or not, but that's it. So yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'm glad you are laughing about it, you know, and it's funny because you know, I mean, this whole thing, I mean, this whole process that you're going through, this is what a lot of people just don't do because they they are too concerned with, like, it's not perfect, you know. I don't, you know, people are going to think XYZ of me, you know, um, all of these other random thoughts. But
you know,
you know, I mean, the takeaway that comes from it is, you know, like the, I mean, just accept so that your expectation is not too high.
yeah,
Just accept that the first few are going to be pretty bad or pretty average, you know,
yeah,
and then just work on making small
yeah,
improvements from there, you know.
yeah. I've talked to Ben Howard, which is awesome. awesome. Sense of humor is awesome.
I
He
haven't seen that one, but I want
Please
to. I want to.
watch that. At least my great introduction. Please watch that. But and the first yeah, please. The 30 seconds are worth. But he said that the first 500 videos of his 1,000 video, which is a crazy number.
Wow.
He hadn't edited them, so
Wow.
just put online. Yeah, yeah. The title of the video is content with capital C, and he loved this thing because
Wow.
just that
Wow.
those videos every day, and that's the
Interesting.
reason. Yeah, that's basically the reason of his success.
Mm. It's just a lot of repetition, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah, and another thing also to Adrian, also I asked to them because they are of course they are really great YouTubers. Let's say this, we can say this. Yeah, they usually they say they do just one video at a time. They don't do multiple things at the same time, work on different things. They do one thing, then create it and edit it and they put online and then start another one. So this is something that maybe in my mind I think, oh, maybe the YouTubers they work on different things at the same time. Maybe they edit 2-3 videos at the same times. In many cases, it's not that way. For
interesting.
the people I've interviewed, I've talked with, the best ones they agree on this. Yeah, so
Interesting.
so it's simple. One thing, publish, get feedbacks. A lot. A lot of them they talk about getting feedbacks. They really care about feedbacks in a way. I mean, good criticism, good feedbacks, or can you change this? I'd like you to make a video about this. That's it. So
Yeah, I think I mean video is, if we look at the trends, I think about 2022, if I read it correctly, about they say that 80% of all searches will be video related searches. So it seems that you know, I mean, video is growing quite significantly. So it's a great thing to do, to be part of.
and in the beginning I had some people they say to me, oh, but maybe 2020 is too late to start making videos.
Yeah.
And I replied like, oh, maybe 2021 it's even later to start. So why don't start in 2020 instead of 2021 or 2022 or 2023?
Exactly.
Why not?
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's that Chinese proverb which says like, what's the second best time to plant a tree? You know, or when is the second best time to plant a tree? And it's right now. You know, so yeah, exactly.
So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my little crazy project. I don't want to fail, otherwise I think I'll delete my Twitter account. So, but I really like to do this kind of videos. I like the people are helping me to do this. That's it. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to your videos. Yeah. I come there to say something bad. Or I don't know. Yeah, because you really need that.
You must.
For example, in my first videos, when I posted that, then I think we'll close this. I was so ready to get, okay, now I'll get so many bad comments about that. And I was so, wow. And I got instead, I took some not so good comments, but the 19% was good. So sometimes maybe we perceive ourselves in a different way. We think, I get so bad feedbacks, but instead I got a lot of quite good feedbacks. And I also think that we need some good friends, like I think I am, that can say, okay, you made a video, good boy, good one, but maybe you should change this. For example, Adrian helped me in some because sometimes we need some honest feedback. I always look for some honest feedback. Always say that I'm almost 40, so I need good. Wow. I need. Yeah, I'm 37. I need the honest feedback to improve. I don't. Yeah, so it's good feedbacks are always good, but for my friends, I want if they see something wrong, if they see some typo on the title, please tell me. Please, someone say if you see some typo, because I made a lot of typos in some video somewhere. It's good to tell them, please change that. Yeah, it's good. So, and also it's the same for you. So if you see something wrong, I hope they don't get your name wrong or something wrong in this video. But if you watch this, please tell me. So yeah. So
no, it's good.
yeah.
No,
So
thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah,
thank
and
you.
I mean, I just want to say two things. So first one is constructive criticism is very important. You know, I mean, we I've seen the trend now. You know, this whole cancel culture and all of that. You know, like when you try and help someone or correct someone or give some feedback, and it's the opposite of what they expect. You know that it's not necessarily that. Don't view it as bad first. You know, first view it as like, okay, I appreciate what you said. You know, maybe it's something I need to look into. Maybe it's something I can improve at. You know, so I think that attitude of like being wanting to be corrected, being teachable, you know, wanting to learn more and improve. I think that's very important. So yeah, I mean, well done on that, and I do agree with you. And then the other one I wanted to say is just finally is just to say thank you. You know, I mean, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing on social media. I mean, you're so
Thank
active.
you.
I don't know where you find the time. I mean, you're helping so many people.
I don't know.
A lot of coffee.
I
A
still
lot of
don't
coffee.
know. Let me check Twitter right now. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No. Yeah, the secret is that I have a twin which looks exactly like me that helps me to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, seriously, I want to. I mean, yeah, you must just keep it up, you know, because if you carry
Thank you.
on this, I mean, you need a break at some point. You need
Of
to
course.
take some.
Yeah, I think, and yeah, I think I need, yeah, I need to take some more breaks. Maybe I'll do, because
Sure.
I had this 2-3 weeks really crazy. So I think in this week I'll go running more. Yeah, I need,
Exactly.
yes.
And it needs to be manageable, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
otherwise you're going to burn yourself out. And all of that.
Yeah. That's really important. Yeah. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, you must just keep it up. So yeah. So well done.
Thank you for your words. I need them, because because by talking with these amazing people, also they help me by saying these good things about these sort of things. Of course, they help me to keep going. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so
And if
much,
you,
Francesco.
if you have arrived at this point, please leave a comment. This is something that Anya learned to me, Anya Kubov, because I'm really not a YouTuber. But she said, "Oh, if you have arrived at this point, now you can comment on what you say, what you think about what we said. Thank you for watching until now." So I'm also learning this kind of things. I don't know if you need them.
Awesome.
If you
That's
need
very
them,
clever.
I'm really that bad at this interaction, but I will improve. So thank you for coming. Looking forward to talk to you anytime. Anyway, okay.
Oh, thank you so much, Francesco.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Chat to you soon.
This stuff.